Welcome to Life Hacks Beyond Convention with Dee and Sonia.
Well, I watched the gig economy
Yeah,
came up on my feed
that
in
was
the last,
only,
I
yeah.
was going to say in the last couple of days. I can't remember exactly when, but only in the last couple of days it popped up. And we've got an update on the gig economy.
Oh, an update on the gig economy. Okay.
An update on the gig economy. Um, a gig economy update.
Yes, I'll insert the flyer for Uber Eats.
Yeah, yeah. And that Port Pirie is, if they haven't started already, going to have Uber available for people to be Uber drivers.
Wow.
Now, I'm assuming, did that say delivery, Uber Eats delivery? I can't quite remember what the
Uber
message
Eats.
said now.
You could be earning with Uber Eats, sign up to deliver with Uber Eats and get up to an extra $700 asterisk. So,
Yeah, so Uber Eats is actually the food delivery, but the other part of the Uber Eats, which is here in Ballarat, so I'm assuming that they're working in the background on getting this all going. Sometimes we get Woolworths deliveries,
yeah,
so
shopping.
you pick up from Woolworths, yeah, shopping. People have done their, online shopping in Woolworths, and then that will be sent out to a Uber Eats delivery person. But the other thing that they have here is Coles. So it's what is it called? Shop, pack, deliver. So you actually, yeah, people are able to order their Coles shopping through the Uber Eats app. And then as the delivery driver, you go to Coles, you do the shopping for them, you can message them people in the app, and then you deliver it.
So they actually
Yeah.
do the shopping. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, they're often my favourite deliveries because you don't have to usually there's just not as much driving involved, but you still get a reasonable delivery fee for it.
Yeah.
And yeah, without having to put quite as many kilometres on my car. So
Yeah.
yeah, so if they come up, I'm really happy to accept those. But yeah, so what happens is it'll pop up and ask if you want to take the delivery. So if you accept it, of course, we've got more than one Coles here in Ballarat, so it tells you which Coles you're going to go to. And if you accept it, you accept it. You go to the Coles. Then when you get to the Coles, you press shop or start. I can't remember exactly what it is. And then it all just pops up in the app, and you just go through one by one, tick off the items.
Yep.
If they haven't got the item, you have an ability to do an alternative, which that gets sent to the customer. They can accept it or reject it. They can give you a message. So you can actually message them or ring
Yep.
them.
Yeah.
Not all customers want you to ring them though, like
Yeah.
because at different times I've had once or twice when I just could not find their house. So you ring them and they don't always answer.
Yeah.
I don't know. The culture seems to be through the message
Yeah.
here. I don't know what that'll be like in Port Pirie, but
Mm.
yeah. And then you go through the checkout. They actually give you a card that's just in your wallet on your phone
Oh,
that
yeah.
you pay with,
Mm.
and yeah, and then you deliver it to the person.
Wow. So,
Yeah.
ballpark, what does that cost the consumer to add to their shopping bill?
Well, that's really interesting because actually I didn't know until recently because, of course, I just did it as a driver and you've got no idea.
Mm.
Um, but when I first moved back here, I did one Uber Eats. I got them to do some shopping for me because I was just so tired.
Yep.
And there were two things. One was that there was a minimum amount of shopping that you could buy.
Oh,
Um,
that makes sense.
yeah, I
It's
can't remember what.
viable.
Yeah, I can't remember what the minimum was. It wasn't huge, but there was a minimum.
Mm.
Unless, or now was the minimum? Was it minimum altogether, or was it just a minimum to get reduced delivery fee? Oh, I can't even quite remember
Yeah.
now. But then the prices themselves are definitely a little bit higher than if you go
Mm.
and do it. I don't know though, for the convenience
Yeah.
of having, because because you can communicate with the person who's doing it, you can be quite specific about what you want.
Yes, yes.
If there's, you know, or if they've got questions, you can be specific about your alternatives. Whereas when you just do your online order or your click and collect orders,
Mm.
there's a certain amount of you can add in your alternatives, but I don't know. Anyway, it's quite good for the convenience of it. And of course, here in Ballarat and at Port Pirie too, the Coles are open till quite late. So you can
Yes.
get your shopping done and delivered quite late.
Yeah. And I mean, if you didn't have a vehicle and you were using cabs, then you'd have to cab there. Yeah,
Yeah.
some people can catch buses, but they're not as readily available in large country towns. So if you
No.
have to cab there and cab back,
Mm,
even if you're at break even, like
mm,
that's exceptional. So
mm. So it's going to be really interesting to see whether it rolls out because,
yeah,
like, the person that I know who used to do it here in Ballarat actually and is living in Port Pirie at the moment, then yeah, so she's gone through because you have to change what your region is if you want to drive in different
yep,
regions. And
yeah,
yeah, so she's actually changed it. She said it hasn't had last time I talked to her, which was only a week or two ago, it hadn't gone live yet.
yeah.
So there'd be a whole lot of stuff happening in the background that they're trying to get
Mm.
because A, you've got to get enough drivers, and B, you have to have
Yeah.
enough businesses.
Yeah, it needs to be
So
viable. So they're probably at pace,
mm,
like you said, see how
yeah.
many they're not
And the other
stuck.
thing that we deliver through Uber Eats is
Mm.
JB Hi-Fi.
Okay.
Yeah, so at different times I'd actually go and pick up delivery from JB Hi-Fi. So they're probably working behind the scenes for different other
Yeah.
types of click and collects as well,
Yeah.
not just takeaway food, which is what you first think it's going to be, is takeaway
Yeah.
food. Yeah. So very interesting. I don't know whether that will also move into um, people or whether it'll just be delivery. But anyway,
Yeah.
update maybe Country South Australia may
Right.
have a yeah, Uber Eats, which people can do if they just want a bit of extra money. And the beauty of that type of app is it's just totally you just turn it on when you want to
You
earn
work
some
when you
money.
want to work
I mean,
and
the
not
thing
when you
is,
don't.
yeah,
Uh,
exactly. You're at the mercy of when people order, and
mm,
you're at the mercy of how many other drivers there are that have
yeah.
logged in at the same time. So there's no guarantees.
Yeah. But with a town like Perry, I look at that and there's a large cohort of people that don't have transport readily available, are low on income, but they're
Mm,
more likely to use it because if they have to, yeah, find a way down the street to get something from the electronic shop, we've got a Harvey Norman's over there. Um, yeah, there's an Aldi.
mm,
Yeah, Woolies. But there's, yeah, a couple of other businesses there, electronic businesses and sports goods that if you suddenly needed something and you couldn't really take yourself
mm,
away from home, get that and it's going to save
mm.
you time and money.
Yeah,
So,
well, because the other business that I've gone and collected deliveries for here in Ballarat too is Pet Barn.
oh, yes.
Yeah, so yeah, so I'm imagining. I mean, I don't know. I don't work at Uber. I got no idea what they're doing in the background.
Yeah,
But what I'm imagining is that they're trying to put into place all sorts of different things within Port
yeah,
Pirie itself.
yes.
Yeah, and I don't know how big the catchment area would be for
Yeah,
delivery and whatnot. I'm
yeah.
not sure. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a hard one, isn't it?
Whether
Because
they'd get out as far as Warnertown,
I was
maybe.
thinking
I don't know.
Warnertown. Yeah.
So
They
I've
sure
got
aren't
no idea.
coming to Gladstone unless they're slugging us big time.
Well,
And well, that's a point too. If you're really unwell or something, then would you pay an Uber person to bring a delivery of some form out here?
well, that's right. If you've got no other way of accessing the stuff, and just for example, say you did need them to go to Coles, then go, I don't know, go to the liquor store,
Mm,
BWS or something like
yeah.
that, do a few different things. So you've actually got quite a big order.
Mm,
It's well, if you've got no other way of getting in, it's probably worth the
Mm.
cost, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah,
Especially if you're only doing it, say, once a month or something.
yeah,
So I don't know. I have got
yeah.
no, that's all speculation, all of that. I would
Mm.
have no idea. But it's worth keeping your eye open. And those initial, because when it first rolled out here in Ballarat, you know
Mm.
how it said on that little leaflet that you could earn the extra money? That will
Mm.
be, you have to do certain number of deliveries before you get it,
Yeah,
before you get the amount. And then once they've gotten, because it's trying to encourage drivers into the area.
yeah.
So, and once they've got enough drivers,
Mm.
those incentives go away.
Ah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. And
yeah.
then if they need more drivers, they bring them back. Because I
Bring them
noticed,
back.
yeah,
Mm.
because I noticed when I first started, I actually got an extra, because somebody else referred me to Uber, and
Mm.
I can't remember whether it was $200 or $300 I got
Yeah.
for doing my first maybe 40 orders, I think it was.
Okay.
And I
Mm.
got that, but so did they, like the
Mm.
person who referred me.
Referred.
Then it just and then it just disappeared. That wasn't a thing
An
anymore.
option.
But I
Yeah,
notice it's back again now. That
yeah.
like if you refer someone, you and they get. I think it's $200 at the moment. I can't remember. Yeah.
But even people in outer towns, like if you're a young person and you want to make more money and you worked already, you could pop over to Pirrie for a 12-hour session and just sit there and accept
Well, that's
jobs and
right. You
run
can just go and
around.
sit at the boat ramp or something like that,
Mm.
and wait for orders to come in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, what I can say is, as far as best bang for your buck, you know, you're better off being available at peak meal times like
Yeah.
lunches and tea times.
Mm.
Um, but when I wanted more money, and that was a much bigger chunk of my income, I just had the app on all day.
Yeah. Mm.
Yeah, I just sort of considered that my full time income for a little while.
Mm.
It was not a high income, but it wasn't, but it was all right. Like, and heaps of the drivers here. Now, once again, you've got to contextualize it. I don't know how much business there'll be in a place like Port Pirie, but
Mm.
heaps of the guys here, that's their full-time income, and they're getting, you know, a couple $1,000s a week.
Wow.
Now they do work pretty long hours for that, but even
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
they have little bombs. They buy themselves a little bomb car that they just keep running and running and running, that costs hardly anything to run and didn't cost them very much
To buy and
to
register.
buy. Yeah, so you're not
Mm.
depreciating it because it was already a cheap car.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
So, and yeah, I've talked to quite a few of them over the years.
Mm.
Some of them, like, because I'd stopped doing it probably for over a year. And yet when one of the orders that I like, my, you know, I told you I sent someone to Coles, like I recognised him. I thought, oh
Yeah.
yeah, so he's still doing it. And yeah, and a couple of when I was just doing deliveries myself as well, some of the others that were around, I just noticed. So some of them have been doing it for years and years.
Yeah.
And then others, they just come and go.
And the other beauty is you can relocate. You've still got your business. You just said, book
Well,
in
that's
another
right. There
place.
is a process you have to go through with Uber
Mm.
to relocate your business,
Yeah.
which is different to DoorDash. Now, DoorDash, which is not available in Port Pirie,
Yeah.
but would be available in Adelaide, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah.
And over maybe 18 months ago now, they said that they were rolling it out to Ararat too. So I don't know, not that that's South Australia, but
Mm.
it's still a country town.
It's still
Um,
spreading out. Yeah.
yeah, I don't know that that took off or but they were told, one of the emails that came through told me that they were definitely hoping to get it going there. And the beauty with DoorDash is you just log in wherever you are in Australia. You don't
Yeah.
have to change your region.
Okay.
Whereas Uber, you can't just go anywhere in Australia.
Yeah.
Yeah, like when I was over in, because I tried it, because even though all their terms and conditions said that, I thought, oh, well, I'm going to try it anyway. Yeah,
Yeah.
well, it was exactly what the terms and conditions said. I
Yeah.
couldn't.
Yeah.
It's like, you can't log in here. You're in the wrong area.
Yeah.
Yeah. You do have to, because you set it up as your own business. So you will need an ABN and you will need to get a police check that's
Yeah.
less than 3 months old.
Yeah.
And then you have to renew your police check every 12 months or 2 years. I'm not sure, but
Yeah.
it's regularly because I
Yeah.
just had to renew mine a few
Honestly, I
months ago.
swear, is there any jobs where you don't have to have a police check? I know there is, but yeah,
Mm,
yeah. So I was just doing the calcs. So it costs me $20 to go to Piri and back.
mm,
So that's sort of on top of, I mean, we make sure we add appointments and other pickups and all the rest of
mm,
it. It's always a big loop, but that also makes it a good sized day. So you're losing
mm,
a day out of your,
mm.
mm, yeah, interesting.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see when it does eventually roll out,
Yeah.
just what it looks like for people. But it's
Mm,
definitely, if people are interested in a side hustle,
mm.
is something that they could investigate if they're in the Piri area.
Yeah, and there's other
Mm,
business people over there with sort of micro businesses like, yeah, like areas I'm in and you're in some ways.
mm,
And sometimes you need extra because the population isn't there to support a full-time business in whatever area you're working
mm.
in.
Well,
So if you
definitely
can
if I had,
supplement
yeah,
it,
if I had a business that I could, so long as it's easy to be able to be set up as online, so
yes.
that, because now I do know a slight bit of the background because someone I know worked at one of the servos here
Oh,
and
yeah.
they had Uber and because she was in a management role,
Mhm.
like that was part of her job was to put the stuff. So apparently they actually put into the Uber app what's available in their store.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, now and
That
the
makes
price that
sense.
they want for it. And
Mm.
then um, Uber, add their commission or whatever
Yeah,
they do
yeah,
for their app. So yeah, so if I had a food business, I'd be wanting my food
yes,
business in somewhere like Piri
yeah.
on the app.
Mm.
Yeah.
And I wonder if that costs them a degree because there's management of the website and stuff. I imagine it costs a little bit to be listed with them.
That I can't answer. I honestly do not know that at all.
Yeah.
I've got no idea.
Mm,
Um, maybe not.
mm,
Well, depends. Yeah, it depends how Uber are getting their expenses back,
yeah. Mm,
whereabouts it is within the whole. But so I
yeah.
don't know. At the end of the day, it's the consumer that's paying for the costs.
Yeah. Isn't it interesting though? In the 80s, we had a big movement where people were well off in a lot of ways, and there was a lot of opportunity to earn in the early 80s before the
Mm,
crash. And we talked about in business, a lot of people talked about other people's money. So you would borrow or utilize someone else's money to get you somewhere and then,
mm,
yeah, take the profit you made and then pay back whatever it was or
mm,
something like that. Um, yeah. And businesses are designed or tax systems designed for us to do that. That's why we have depreciation if you're buying large
mm,
assets and stuff. But now we've got a whole subculture, I don't know, a whole raft of businesses that uses other people's assets, but not
mm.
cash. So it's Airbnb using other
Oh,
people's
yeah. Now I
homes.
see what you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uber Eats using other
Mm,
people's cars. Uber cars using
mm,
other people's cars.
mm,
So, and those, yeah, things like that. So
mm.
it's quite a change within the business realm
It is.
for what's available. So,
It is. Definitely. Yeah. Yeah. And like it does mean that there's different options now. As a strictly just as a Uber Eats delivery person, is it a high income? Well, I guess if you're earning $2,000 a week, like some of the guys were, that's 100,000 a year.
yeah,
So well, that's pretty reasonable income, isn't it?
yeah,
Except
it
that they
is.
would have high costs come out of that.
Yeah. Mm. But then
But
those costs are
the more
tax
the
deductible.
exactly.
Was there another car service a while back, or I don't think it was Uber I used to go to the airport one day from Adelaide? Was
Could it
it?
be Lyft? I don't know whether we have
I
that in
don't think it
Australia
was
or
that.
not.
Whatever it was,
Mm,
yeah. A couple of the drivers I used at that time were basically using it as a way of paying off their cars, but then their cars were It might have just been a private service where they owned their own car and then subbed to this private chauffeur service. And so the car was tax deductible, but then the money came in, covered it, and they wanted a flash car, but they weren't in a position to buy one. Then they were. So
well, that's it, isn't it? Well, that's the same as me. If I've overspent, it's like, and I want to spend more money, it's like, well, I've got to go earn some more money. Because my teaching, because it's only part-time, that, you know, that keeps the rent and everything paid. But if I want to, sometimes I want to spend more than what I earn. So you've got to go out and earn more, don't you?
New toy, new clothes, go and find
whatever
money.
it is. So it's just like, oh, well, I need to do some trading, or I need to go out and do some Uber, or
you've got some options.
Or I could work on a YouTube channel, which I'm not doing, but you know, and I could work more diligently on publishing books, because that's another one as well. And like, I definitely have had proof of concept for that, because like, I've just wanted to make a I was hunting for a book that I wanted for a specific thing, and I couldn't find one anywhere. So, and then of course, because you're hunting for things like that, then the different things come up in your algorithms, and suddenly it pops up like, publish your own book, and it's like, what? Okay. So why not? So I actually, that was what I did. I thought, well, I just make my own book, chucked it up on Amazon, and you know, Kindle Direct Printing, that's called KDP, and I've sold a few books. Like, I didn't like, and so then it's like, oh, okay, this works. So I put a few other books up and have sold a few. Even again, my last, because I think they must pay. I don't know how often they pay. I don't know. Well, I don't get enough money because, you know, I don't work in it enough for it to be. So I've got another bank account set up, and it's slowly going up. Like, I logged into there a few months ago, and I thought, oh, I've sold more books than I realised. They just keep trickling through, and that's with doing nothing. So I figure that's proof of concept, isn't it? If you were to actually go out there and promote yourself and what you're doing, there's another way of earning money.
You've created a passive income.
Not that it's very passive. I know they call these things passive income, but let's sort of slightly object. I guess, well, you know, if you just want to earn as little as I earn, it's very passive. Like, I created the book and then do nothing, and you occasionally get a few dollars. But if you really want recurring income, it's never completely passive, is it?
No.
That's just selling a pipe dream. I don't even think that's not a real dream. That's just a pipe dream.
The problem is it probably works at certain levels, but because only 0.1% of people ever get to those levels, whether it be sport, movies, or anything else. I mean, if you've got getting royalties, and if you're a world-renowned author, you'd get royalties. But
well, that's true, and you get them for, especially if you can get into the libraries and whatnot, you get certain amount of royalties for life.
But then,
or as long as they're in the libraries,
it might not be cash money that's a cost that's associated, but there's all those other, you know, you're probably expected to rock up at places and entertain your fans and all that sort of thing. So there's no such thing as no
go
cost.
to the book signings.
Hit the subscribe button below if you want to follow Life Hacks Beyond Convention.